suffer. What'd he do? Uh-huh. Stop touching me. He's sick.
Why is he sick playing though?
He just want to play all day, night. Get out of
He
here.
can't help himself.
Hey, listen, man. No, you can get up and get you some. Chunk, I'm on you. You gotta drink more water. You just can't play with your body. Hey, listen, Boots Ennis, Boots and Tevin Farmer, Philly, 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 Philly. Getting word, hit the cash app. We just gonna talk about it. He fighting Venetian. Bam, bam. In my mind, it's like these guys think boxing is a joke. It can't be my thing. I just be wearing this because my hair be everywhere. I need to get my oil in.
I just had made the tea with the last bit of that water and I ain't been sitting in there. So it's barely like some steep water. I mean, it's almost.
Yeah. So I think they think boxing is a one way, and it's not one way. And I just watched one of my little homies.
I'm gonna get them two. I'm gonna get that elderberry and I'm gonna get that other berry up in there.
I see people think boxing is one way, and I watched a lot of Floyd and a lot of old school different guys. Listen, I seen this fight with Joe Frazier through predominantly the right hand because he knew that people was practicing catching the hook, and he just kept throwing the right hand. Then he brought the hook back, and dude was damn near it was dead. And it was Aaron. What was that dude's name that you had that fought Zale? Graciano. I think Joe Frazier might have fought him.
You put in there fighting Graciano?
The Graciano? I think so, because I think he might have fought him, blood. Because I seen something that dude was saying, because it looked like the same guy.
Yeah.
And it was like he really couldn't box. Graciano had a mean right hand.
Yeah.
And I think it was him.
Yeah. He probably did. But no. Because Tony Zell was too old for them. They was too old separate times. Them niggas was in like the 30s.
Dog, I looked that up. I want to see it because it was a guy that looked just like him. And I'm like, damn, Joe Frazier fought Graciano?
No, because Graciano was in like.
I don't know. I just wanted to check it out. But yeah, and Joe Frazier actually was using his jab. I seen it. I was like, damn, he really is him.
That's when he couldn't throw that hook. And then they said he was looking for it all right.
Yeah. And
no, that wasn't the same Graciano, Tony Zell.
I was just checking for like a historical. I don't know. I might call it. I'm gonna call it. Yeah, I might just get on my phone and do it on my phone for them cash apps. Yeah, I'll do that. I watched my little homie fight tonight. He did good. He fought a very experienced guy named David Dynamite Lopez. He was on DAZN. He fought a 12-fight guy, and I think Dave got how many fights? 6. That's a good fight at this stage. He listen, I wanted him to stop him. It's just certain little things, and these are the fights that you learn from to get better. He was dumb sharp. He was sharp. That's the thing. Sharpness of punches is great, but it's how you understand to deliver them with the fluidity to tire the guy down. You know what I mean? Learning how to use the jab from all angles, really landing it. See, and I know people take that for granted, that statement, but when you really get in there, it's guys who know how to put their body in certain ways and angles in the pros that make it hard to land your jab on their face. Like, and that's the thing. The job of a professional is to make it look easy and everybody think they could do it. Until you get in there, you can't do it. You really be thinking you could do it, and you get in there, you be having problems. Like, man, why can't I get this off? Because it's not what you thought. You gotta really understand the science of distance, speed, time, and without time, you don't have distance or speed. You don't know fast or slow. That's just what that is. That's the science. That's why they say it's a sweet science. That's why if you it's five ranges in boxing, and in those ranges, there's ways you have to punch to to maximize the power output delivery. You just can't be prejudiced on how you throw the punch, and you got to just be willing to get low and get work. For for example, Triple G was known for knowing how to angle that hook down and crack your head. That's just an old school tactic. That ain't nothing but an overhand right. He just throwing it from the lead hand. That's all it is. It's just an overhand right, but it's on a hook hand. And if it hits you and you don't see it, it's gonna hurt you. Period. He a heavy puncher. We not gonna play with that. We're not gonna play with Triple G being a heavy puncher. It's just that, as I was explaining, me and Aaron was talking about, when you start punching back, he stopped putting his punches together out of fear of getting hit, knowing he ain't got no defense like that. Listen, these guys, listen, man, y'all have to just come to reality of what happened in boxing. You get punched in your face. So if you get punched in your face, you know you can't move. You ain't never seen him do nothing slick or nothing. He know that. You think he about to be trying to exchange punches with somebody who could hurt him? He feeling the punches. He not about to do that. He just start using the jab and backing out of there. Party over with. He not playing with you. If Triple G had defense, he would have been goated. Point taken. That lets you know. He didn't work on that. Abel Sanchez don't know nothing. Knows nothing. And you know how we feel about those guys. He had the nerve to be talking crazy about Terry Norris. Nigga, you was training him. Watch out. Stop. You in business. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I be telling you, like, once you add real fundamentals in the play, fundamentals is not what you think. Somebody who had great fundamentals, man, who was our man, me and Aaron, we used to be Wolf. Wolf had good ass fundamentals. Wolf, it's only one Wolf.
No, he talking about heavyweight warfare used to live out of King.
No,
Yeah, black dude kind of big.
no, I'm talking about Wolf. It used to be at Virgil's gym. He had good fundamentals. Wolf had good fundamentals. Solid, decent power. And he had a little bit, he been around boxing, so he kind of had wrinkles. You know what I'm saying? But he still was an Eastern European. He didn't have the head movement, and head movement bothered his style, getting off his punches. And when you start standing in front of him, he start backing up out of there because he knew. And when it's time to trade punches, he's gonna get hurt. And that's my game. Well, let's go punch for punch. Let's go. I'm slicing and dicing. Yeah, it should be. It should be when you box, you have to have prior pro experience to be in the pros. And then listen, you will start seeing the best boxing in the world. Because I'm telling you, pros teaching other pros, boxing overtake everything. And now they're starting to talk about judges. And I've been saying this on Ego's channel years ago. How is it that in boxing, boxing boxers don't judge boxing? That don't even make sense. You never watch boxing. You never box, but you really telling me you know if people landing clean punches or not. That don't make no sense. Fuck you. That don't even make sense, man. And the moment a real boxer go to a judge and be like, hey, why did you? That's why judges, they don't even talk to them. Judges should have to get interviewed. They should be put under the microscope. And that's when you just got to start being like, man, you got to talk to the judges. But that's when I start realizing I stop blaming the judges. Now here's the fair side. It's two sides to every coin. I stop blaming the judges and start understanding the rules of boxing, not my rules. I start understanding them and incorporating those rules into my style. How do you judge a pro round? Defense, accurate punching, meaning you got to be landing clean, effective shots, eye catching shots, ring generalship, controlling the middle of the ring, and effective aggression. And listen, passive aggression is boxing off the back foot. And thank you for that cash app. Y'all know what it is. I'll be telling y'all what it is. Let's see what we got. Who we want to give a shout out to? My man AP. We're going to hit you with the triple heart for spiritual power. When your emotions manifest in response to the word of God, you will have the power to change any and all events in the world. It's not my law. It's God's law on the Kabbalah. It's law number 3. It's what's up with DS. Salute to Hamza. What's good, blood? That's the law number 3. And that's the spiritual power of God. And it is the word, which is the vehicle. And Tahuti has the word. And 2 and 3 is 5. And that's where in the season of the 5. Know that God neither protects, kills, steals, reward. It left you with the power of controlling these yourself. And AP gets that. And then we're going to go back, get AP. Thank you, AP, for the $20 holler. It's appreciated. And you know why you gave me the $20? Because 20 is really 2, and that's the omniscience of God. I use God's brain. I don't use mine. That's what it say on that law. Why would you? When God is begging for you to use its brain so you can know everything and you can be without sin. And then that's perfect. You could do it. You doing work, nothing free, gotta pay the red. Hey, blood, I'm doing God's work. That's what I'm here to do. I stand on righteousness. This is called a mudra. Heruhuti, the hawk, the golden hawk, the falcon. It's the fastest thing in the universe. Animal, 245 miles an hour, can see 2 miles down, can fly above the storm. It's a falcon. That's why that's the head of the folks. You don't make graven images. They put the falcon up there. You can see over everything. Got acute vision. So no, like that's what I'm saying with the boxing. It's not just any and everything. There, you have to have a game plan and there's a skill set. You can have raw talent, but then on those raw talents, you have to strip all your raw athleticism away and be willing to be skill based. Learning how to only work on one thing. Limit yourself to doing one thing. Listen, and I know at any time in sparring, if somebody get out of line and I shoot the straight left down the pipe and catch you clean, it's gonna wake your thoughts up and you're gonna be hurt by it. It don't matter who you was, if it was a professional fight, if it was a real. That's why I used to not use it early, because then he gonna be getting out of here. I'm gonna use the hard stick on you and land it. I'm gonna be touching your glove so hard with it. Who else hitting the cash shot? We gotta see. AP with another 40, with another 20. That's 40. You know why? And then that's why I gave you 4 hearts. Because 4 is God needs you in order. So the order of operation of the punches, the number 1, that's our Sayers law. 4, God needs you in order to come into the world, fulfilling God's needs is the highest act of love, and only through your love for God can you have love for others for protection of the world. That's the law. It's a feminine law, ma'at. It's the law. Truth, love, law, justice, and order. All of those things are in boxing. On the Kabbalah, it is a box. We teach from the chart. That's why your TV is a square. You're watching box in a box, and you think you just do what you want in there? No, my nigga, it don't work like that. Because if it did, I would have lost to niggas that these niggas should be knocking out. And it's crazy because I know I make them look crazy. Dave Lopez fought a guy 5-7. I fought a guy 5-15. He still had more fights. He had 20 fights. I neutral, and then when my dude OT fought him, he said, "Man, that was one of the hardest guys I fought." Man, he was nothing to me. He was listen. He quit for real, and I still caught him with an overhand. King left, came back with the hook. He was on the ground. Referee was like, "He ain't trying to fight for real." I already could see it, and my advisor was like, "Troy, listen, he's gonna come at you full throttle. Be prepared." I'm like, "All right, why do you keep telling me that? Like, y'all know I'm not about to be here running around. Like, I'm here to work with you. If you get in here acting crazy with me, you're gonna get hit with combinations." So soon as he came out, I came out and I started noticing in practice when I stood very sharp like this. Look, I'm gonna show y'all. When I used to stand like this in box, people wouldn't throw punches. They would just be looking at me. And I'd be like, "Why he won't throw his jab? Ain't no jab to throw. You throw it, I'm gonna automatically hit you." Soon, and it don't matter if you left-handed, right-handed. It don't matter. You throw anything, I'm gonna hit you, cause you don't even know where to throw. Ain't nothing to really hit. Soon as you try to fit something in between here, it gotta come to my hands before it even come to my head. That means I'm gonna catch your shots and blaze you. I didn't make the rules up. So in the fight, I come out like that. Soon as he come out, I stick the hard jab to the glove. Young, hard as I can, sharp, touch his glove, bang. He don't even know if I'm hitting his glove or trying to hit his face. His hand probably get jammed back. Damn, he's strong. I gotta be careful. His jab sharp and it's fast. And I knew I was fast this one because I was wearing the Flex Nimbo. When I watch my young man Dave, he don't know how to execute the jab properly with his elbow tucked, shooting it out straight on the wrist. I know because I'm a natural southpaw. And I play basketball right-handed. I can knock you out with the hook or the left hand. And I know people wasn't like trying to let me hit me with this left. They was not trying to let me get that off. See, people who call mitts used to be like, man, you're hooked. And I used to be like, no, because if I start hitting your mitt with the left hand for real, you're not going to want to do no mitts. I'm telling you, I'll be stepping through that shit. I know how to step with the shots. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if Dave really knew how to flick his jab to touch the nose, man, that guy would have quit. I know because I got a jab video on my YouTube, and it just literally showed Tommy Hearns, who was a 6 foot welterweight, just like Dave, snapping niggas' head back with the jab, up and then hooking, going to their guts long range, really swagging. Those things you really gotta have. You gotta have an Emmanuel Stewart type of teacher to get that in there. Hamza, what is your analysis on Jerron Boots Ennis? Hey, listen, that, hey, you get the garlic butter gang gratuity gift, DS. You get that. You know why? Because you actually asked a proper question on the channel. What is your analysis? When you use the word analysis, that comes from the word logic, or those words dwell on the same thing because you're breaking it down. It's an analytical way of breaking it down. Analytical. I see. That means the study of something. Break logic, logging, analoging. These are all analysis, analoging. See, those words dwell in the same realm. So my honest, technical truth about Jerron Boots Ennis is that he's a great athletic fighter, but he's missing core fundamental principles of boxing to take his style to the next level, to get the knockouts earlier and often, because he breaks fundamental rules and does things that he doesn't need to do in the ring. All Jerron Boots Ennis needs to do, whether he's fighting right-handed or left-handed. I know they don't be watching Floyd, because what I'm about to say is exactly what Floyd does to break you down and make you tired every time. Primarily, 1 out of 3 jabs need to be to the body, hard, stiff. And I mean, I'm not pausing that. I mean, you need to really jab to the guts to where it's knocking that air out of people. Like, you need to learn how to master that. When you master that, you have mastered 50% of what Floyd be doing, or why people be getting hit with check hooks and right hands. Because the jab to the body over and over again with an 8-ounce glove, I'm telling you, it hurt. It hurt, blood. I used to do it all the time in my fights. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go to the pit of your stomach with the jab. And it's gonna knock the air out of you. Because I'm gonna use it like a weapon. No matter what range we in. We short range, I'm gonna just kick the elbow up. Bang! We in long range, the elbow gonna be down, I'm gonna shoot it straight. But I'm gonna feint up first to get your attention. Like, those things can be done for 4 to 5 rounds and Boots in his fight. I'm telling you what he should be doing. We should be training his body to do and game planning. If he was to be doing that over and over, he'll stop Avanesian in 4 rounds. Six. 6 to 7. Because Avanesian gonna come forward in spots and be doing different things, and he got decent power. And Boots don't really have defense. He be raising up in the pocket, getting hit, turning and looking away. He be doing what Dave Lopez was doing when he was throwing the check hook today. I don't know who teaching that, but when I see him, I'm gonna tell him about it straight to his face. Hey, blood, you throwing a check hook and turning your head. I don't know what gym, who taught you that, where you seen that at. That ain't it. And you don't know how to land a proper jab, brother. That's what pro boxing is about. You need to establish a pro jab. And see, that's what my homie Lamont, he used to say that. And we used to really say that back in the day. But when you become a pro and you watch boxing, you already know. Well, a lot of people don't even think Floyd was real. But when you watch Floyd's jab from round one to round 12, his jab is sticking with the same velocity, speed, feinting. Young, his jab be kicking. I heard George Foreman talking about it one time. Like, man, Floyd in shape. It was when he was fighting Diego Corrales or one of them guys. He was like, his jab is still sharp this late in the fight. He was like, he in shape. He's like, but you still got to be careful. And that's when I started realizing, like, damn, George definitely know. Like, and his jab landing on the nose. Shakur don't be landing no jabs. These guys be jabbing, throwing the jab, but they don't be landing the jab. They jab don't be busting nobody up. My jab will bust your ass up. That's a pro jab. I don't know who is teaching these guys that a pro jab is anything but a stick. That's the definition of a pro jab. You gotta be sticking the jab. That's why they call it a stick. It don't matter if you flicking it. You flicking it with intentions to busting up. You doing all varieties of it. You gotta know how to flick the jab and then bang, bang. Them guys ain't doing that. So like when I'm thinking about Boots and what he gonna be doing, man, you ain't gotta be switching stances and all of that. Get in the stance, bust a pack. That's it. Crawford's got a great hard jab. Bust you up with the jab. Crawford got a good jab, and he could flick the jabs, change up the rhythms on you with it by flicking it, then feinting with it. You know what I'm saying? And doing different stuff. See, like those things literally be worked in the gym, worked in sparring over and over. Your coach might be like, "Hey man, what was that move you was doing today? Man, I was just thinking about this, watching some old little work. And I just wanted to switch up my rhythm and see how he take the constant jittery fainting motion, and then my arm get kind of tired. I might need to start flicking the jab from right there, then again go back, and when I get my second win, go back to my like. Why do you think Ali used to just get on his toes and start moving around? Let me switch up the look real quick. Blaze you. Start moving around, floating. Then they can start rushing in. As soon as they start rushing in, you meet them with see, they gonna come in. And you gotta have an understanding of gauge and distance. You probably set the trap. As soon as you start floating, he think the floating coming, he rushing in. Bang! Hitting with the right hand, dropping. He ain't never see it. You set the trap. But these guys ain't doing that. Boots be just using this athleticism, throwing a lot of unnecessary punches. You got to be breaking these guys down to the body. I don't see those things. I don't see it's not that he not throwing sharp punches. It's not that his punches not landing. It's the understanding of what to throw, how to throw, when to throw, what shots to land, what, bro, what?
I was arguing about the people who I was going to school with, but you remember that one conversation? This is my name. If you ever want to know.
I don't care about the you're like, so when I'm breaking boosts down, it's like, there be a lot of unnecessary stuff in there. Like, and when you get somebody, and I know what it is, he looked it strong on the scale, though. He looked it pretty strong on the scale. I ain't no hater. He was ripped. He be in the gym all day, though. And that's the thing. He's still gonna get up to that age. He gonna end up getting injured. You got to start taking real breaks, chilling, really start working fundamentals. Roy Jones Jr. didn't really have a good jab. He didn't have a jab. Roy Jones didn't. That was one of his fundamental errors. Like he didn't know how to execute a real jab, a stick. He used to be jabbing like this. That's gonna get you caught. That's gonna get you caught. Roy Jones didn't have a good jab. That was a good fundamental error. What he did have was a good hook and a good right hand and a good uppercut. He knew combinations. Roy Jones was very good at working his style. You hard headed. You hard headed. Listen, remember how Kai was when So doing all of that? Look at him. He on the floor now. He was eating hot wings and just thinking he could do what he want with his stomach. It's not his stomach though. Stomach has rules, just like boxing. You gotta be abiding by the rules of the diet when you really a supreme athlete. You can't just do what you want with your diet. He on the ground crying. And I told him, stop eating junk. He want to eat fake wings with hot sauce, calling a woman to come get him to take him to 7-Eleven so he could eat junk. He lying. He told me the truth. Nah, he on the ground screaming, moaning. He not gonna learn though. He gonna get better and go right back to eating the same garbage and be in the same position again. No, it didn't happen one time. It happened all the time. De La Hoya had a good jab. De La Hoya had a good jab. And that's the thing. He was a gold medalist. And he know how to incorporate different trainers and actually incorporate what they telling him in his style. Listen, if you don't know what you're doing, De La Hoya will bust your pack. Mm-hmm. De La Hoya definitely bust that pack, buddy. De La Hoya will bust your pack. You gotta be getting careful with De La Hoya. And he was a natural southpaw that had the hook in the front, and that's what was detrimental to his style though. Because once people take away his jab, he not gonna do nothing. Your jab ain't meant to be in your hard, strong hand, ain't meant to be in the front. It's meant to go in the back so you can blind them before you land the brick hand. He had the brick hand in the front. Floyd, he took away that easily. Mike, you don't have to, and you can't trick me. In the right hand, I ain't got to worry about the right hand. It ain't doing nothing. The way I'm standing, your hook is automatically neutralized. Yes, his daddy. That's a fact. That's a fact. Now, take that with you, nigga. That's a fact. It's a fact. He was original southpaw. He would have been way more crazier as a southpaw. What? You know how I know that? Because Floyd Daddy trained Oscar, and Floyd Daddy also trained Chad Dawson, and that's the best Chad ever looked when he was Floyd Daddy. Prime Oscar De La Hoya versus Prime Winky Wright. Who wins? Winky. Winky was a natural. Well, no, because Winky was at welter. No, Winky because Winky was never at no 130. I don't think. Winky was always naturally at welter middleweight, and Winky held a natural southpaw jab and good defense. That would have been a good fight though. I would have to see that though, because no, I gotta go with De La Hoya. I gotta change that up. I gotta go with De La Hoya because he gonna neutralize Winky's jab with movement and his right hand style. De La Hoya was a good gold medalist as an amateur. He know how to neutralize the high guard. I gotta be honest with that. And De La Hoya had a problem with middleweights who throw combinations. Winky Wright don't throw combinations. These are all facts. He throw one punch at a time. And De La Hoya can get on the feet, move, use the jab, hook. He could throw combinations. De La Hoya had moves. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go with De La Hoya on a decision win. I gotta go with De La Hoya due to the skill sets that he have. De La Hoya was a gold medalist. They both lost to Bernard though. They both lost to Bernard though. That is a fact. They both lost to Bernard. It's a fact. I'm not capping. So what and this is the thing. Y'all asking me these questions, and this is about Boots and Farmer, and you could just take their styles and plug and play. Tevin Farmer is starting to understand boxing as he gets older, understanding, oh, I need to be sitting down on these punches more and landing them a certain way off this defense. And these guys that get breaking down. Yeah, and listen, I watched the Bernard Hopkins fight one time, and I just sat there and really watched it with Aaron. And I was like, damn, but Bernard used to be fighting guys coming up, but even then, he still fought John Pascal as an older guy and was breaking them down, really breaking them down, like in his style. Gotta respect it. Gotta respect it. Gotta respect it. You know what I mean? Like, Bernard Hopkins had great fundies. Great fundies. Knew how to keep his hands in place. And his shoulder roll was pretty decent. His shoulder, I seen it. It was his shoulder roll wasn't the normal roll. Like he knew how to time the right hand and really slide in and smother it. You know what I'm saying? Like I really that Floyd mastered the technique of the shoulder. Like Floyd's technique on the shoulder is crazy how he used it to like George Benton role was even different. You know what I'm saying? Like Floyd, man, his was crazy because he could really like deflect the shot. That's why no that's we know that. We know that. He go Andre Ward a break. Andre Ward was a gold medalist. So he automatically has the potential to usurp him because he was better as an amateur in the boxing realms and it takes a good professional boxer to be a gold medalist. A good one. You got to really know the professional craft. You really got to start at an early age. That's why you about to see Tank knock out Lomachenko. You really gonna see it because he gonna be coming to Lomachenko. And Lomachenko gonna have to be willing to engage. And when Tank is gonna throw counters, he a black fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like Boots be having this, but Boots don't know how to fight coming forward like Tank. So you gotta think. When I watch the fights, due to boxing fundamentals, not mine, I take Boots and see how he don't know how to fight coming forward, and then I'll take Tank know how to fight coming forward. Boots throw sharp punches. He slaps sometimes, but when he know how to land a sharp shot. I'm not in the Boots can land some sharp shots. This is the thing though. Off of him not properly understanding how to use a jab. Also, not understanding defense from this position coming forward is going to be detrimental. That's one thing when you come forward, you got to have your hands up. Every old school boxers, when they come forward, they used to have their hands up like this in front of them. And like Ray Leonard catching. Boots don't ever do that. So like you got to think, you talking about how I'm assessing these guys. I'm assessing them to the style, the skill set of the guys of Ray Leonard's in them because they'll be just coming forward squares with their hands like this out here, trying to catch the punches, bang, bang, making you try to where you gotta come around, then they catch it. Boom, 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 boom. And that's the thing. And then they jabbing off that. Bang, bang. Boots don't be doing nothing like that. He don't know how to come forward. Yeah. That's why I don't know why people think that's a good fight. He don't know how to fight coming forward. Boots don't know how to fight coming forward, blood. Like we seen that. He didn't stop cuz. He didn't stop True Hot Zion. That's why he needs somebody to come forward on him like Avanesian.
Where's the football? Because Dad's outside.
He needs somebody to come forward and be aggressive. Boots can't fight coming forward. He leaves himself open for counters. He don't know how to punch coming forward. He don't know how to move his feet with his punches. That's his problem. He don't know how to execute a jab coming forward. He don't know how to cut off the ring against a guy who's slipping and sliding, moving. Like neither does T.O. A lot of these guys don't know how to do that. You can't listen. You can't do that with Ray Leonard. You gotta be if you do that, you gotta have power like Terry Norris too. That's why he beat him. He was slick and he can match Ray Leonard. Skill for skill, punch for punch. Hamza Virgil Latif is fighting Serhii Bohachuk. I know. He's gonna blaze him. I told him to move his head. That's all I asked for him. He could have been nasty in there with his willingness to come forward. He know how to cut you off, and he had a sharp, strong stick. He just didn't know how to flick it. He didn't know how to hook off of it. He didn't know how to uppercut off of it. He didn't know how to slip shots and then go back to the stick off the slips. He actually didn't. Me and Aaron was just talking about that today. He actually didn't. He was having concussive issues. No, peace to the homie Aaron. But no, Aaron took a knee and did a no miles because he in no time was he hurt. I thought he did too until he told me he was has a medical history. He had got injured in sparring for real. So that's when I was like, oh snap. Yeah, I don't play with that. No, for real. We was literally talking about it today because he be like, blood, it took everything to take a knee in the fight. He was like, my head was. So I was like, bro, you don't have to explain that. We watch we watch Roberto Duran, one of the greatest of all time, was like, no, no, not this Larry Leonard. So when he said it, I said, no, bro, that ain't something you gotta explain when your health is involved and your daughter is in. We to listen, these are the things we talk about before we even go in there because when if you didn't do it when I see you, I'm gonna cuss you out. Cause you like, no, blood is prize fighting, not pride fighting. And that's when you gotta know what being a professional is. The same thing with Prentice. Same thing with me. I could still be forcing it. My eye healed up is good and be trying to do all that. No, I'm good. I'm chilling. It's over. It's over there. I heard what they said. Oh, Laura. Oh, no. Don't do that. Don't do that. He ended up stopping Boots. He just stopped somebody. He had middleweight. 160 stopping big guys. The guy who was in there was pretty got big size. Like like knocked him out cold. He was drunk and there you like this is when you know you out cold. When you land on the rope and you like they be laying on the rope and they be like and they be looking up, but they don't be there and they be like and they be looking crazy and I'll be like, yeah, he gone. Like that's how Laura had dude. Like, no, bro, like you boxing is not just and that's what I keep telling people. If you never did it, and that's the thing, even when you did it, like Boots dad, if you know the history, all they brothers box. They don't his brothers they was good too, but they didn't do nothing. They had good records too. Yeah, like Wander in Brazil. Like you really have to take time, let your body rest. Like Wilder, he need to take mad time off. He cannot take a shot. He been take so many hard shots, blood. Him and Tyson Fury literally had three crazy wars, and I don't care the second one he cheated with them gloves. All your gloves don't flap like that. It's just that's just they don't do that. What you grab, they don't do that. Some mushies, you grab some mushies,
Well, I just grabbed a little small thing at
oysters. Get you busy. I'm through. If I eat anything, it'll be nothing. Uh-oh. Yeah, got a little tart. That's what I'm saying. Like, from watching boxing and being actually in there with world champions and being part of that, you gotta understand if you in somebody's training camp, it's also your camp too. Because in these camps, they be running together, doing how you get a regiment.
Don't get it twisted, because some of these other folks, they'll get in camp with somebody and just be doing their own thing.
No, I
They don't
know.
even think,
I'm talking about us, primarily the real ones.
but they don't even think to talk to the people and be like, hey, blood, they kind of going into it like with the wrong mindset.
Mm-hmm.
They're looking at it like, going to beat a dude up, but it's really like, no, I'm going to get sharp. When y'all in trouble, man, that shit don't fly. Y'all are fly that.
Listen, psychedelic shrooms is so hard. Listen, that's why I'm glad I actually read things. I'm gonna get some so I can get some. I'm gonna get 3 different strands from my dude, cause them golden teachers. If I was on this live on some shrooms, I'll do a live for 8 hours straight. I gotta have some indica with some shrooms. They get me too turned. Eight hours. I could talk about anything, blood. Anything can be broken down. I was listening to Bobby Hemmett today. Bobby Hemmett said in Kemet they had a science. It's actually called sacred science. It's the science of the metal nectar, and once you learn that, you can know anything because it's about the essence and the matter of life and the alchemical states of it and how they transform. And they transform at will because that's the law. It's the law that's been set up by the supreme being. Bobby Hemmett didn't say this, but I've studied it and understood that. And this is the thing, they really switched the understanding of what hell is in a sense because we call it the underworld because the underworld is the essence from what everything come from, the root, like the Lam chakra. So it's like the root situation of people's understanding of boxing is primarily understanding how to execute the number one, the first shot. That's why these guys don't be stopping these guys. Boots do got a lot of athleticism, but he really ain't really like that for real. Because if he was, he dare just go up to 54. Ray Leonard to go up to 54 and get some work. He's staying out of there. You know why? You know why he gonna stay out of there? He really not a power puncher. Boots on the average, he throw more punches as a welterweight than more welterweight. He throw about 60 punches a round. He be pretty busy. Power punchers don't throw punches like that.
Pretty big for the weight class, too.
He is. That's why the jab is number one. Yeah, because when you really know how to stick it, and this is the thing I heard Ann Wolf said one time, man, jab the nose. You know you're supposed to jab the nose. I was like, damn, you all, and that just really, because then my amateur coach used to be like, jab the glove. So then that helped you get in range, because you have something to jab, especially if you left or right-handed. The backhand is there. You just jab it. They don't know you doing that. You just jab it hard and fast. You let him catch that bitch, and you be moving your head anyway. You know something coming back. Then you start fainting them with the jab, and their hand gonna start coming out. So then, if you know that, then after you start actually landing jabs, you jab the nose. And she was like, yeah. And then I heard someone else say, yeah, something new to nose, it make the nose tender. And then it started make your eyes water and then bleed. And I was like, damn, that do make. And I was like, damn, I'm primarily jabbing somebody's nose, not the chin. I'm gonna just be busting their nose up with the jab because that breaks down over time.
Yeah, me and Marlo used to talk about it's called hitting somebody in their shit.
Mm-hmm.
You get hit in your mouth and your nose at the same time.
I told him that.
That's what you call hitting
Your shit. When hitting your shit, it's getting hit in that, getting hit in your bread basket.
because it ain't one side, it's two sides.
That's right. And that's why these guys, man, listen, man, them old school guys, man, they be in the, they don't care about nothing else but landing that jab. And as I started to grow in my fights,
That front, that five,
mm-hmm,
they start with the jab and the five.
it's actually easier to execute than a hook when you're teaching somebody. It actually is. Because when I be teaching it to make sure people got it correctly, they get it off rip. They be getting that hook is hard because people get lazy with that elbow trying to be quick. And you got to really master getting that elbow up quick and turning that hip. When you do that, that hook come out quick. And you have to really just realize the hook is a short shot. It's meant to be not to be seen. And when you land it on the chin, it don't matter. When that elbow up, it go to bed. I know that. Because I really practiced that. I'm like, damn, people. I noticed that when you fighting somebody at the opposite hand, they be so thirsty to hit you with that lead power head. He out there cussing. And Duran hits his arms and people to injure them. Yeah, no, that's just a part of the fight. Off rippy. Knight, back up. You know better. You don't lick. Don't lick me. I'm not part of the doggone tribe. They're my peoples, though. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. Hey, Knight, get. That is enough of love. That's enough. No, sit down. Sit down. Right, yeah, just chill. Every time I get on this live, you get to getting on here, getting in my business. Now, I just want to get on here real quick and do a quick live and really, I'm not saying Boots is not good. He's definitely good. Elite, You got, and it takes time for these black fighters to learn how to fight coming forward. Black folks love to do everything without the manual. You gotta have a manual, blood. In the manual, you gotta step forward when you punch. He don't know how to move with his punches and keep his feet going. On top of when somebody moving and doing all that slipping and sliding, how you another thing too. Well, the reason why I'm saying this is because when he was fighting Chu Zian, he was overstepping his boundaries. That guy was shorter than him. Why would you even get slipped by him? You should have been right there at that range throwing a jab. Yeah, Diaz, you know these Negros love to do everything without the manual, blood. Until you trying to hold on and looking all crazy up in the sky. My man Aaron wasn't looking like that against Bo Chuck. He took a knee, did a no mas. See, Bo Chuck about to fight Virgil Ortiz. We gonna see what Virgil Ortiz or Bo Chuck got. And really, it's really simple, man. If you understand what style people have a problem with, you work it, you learn to work the punches in that style. You don't try to force your boxing style on a fight. That's not gonna get you to win. I don't care who you is. And no matter what style you gotta have head movement and a jab. And you gotta know how to land a jab. You gotta know how to do something with the lead hand to where it lands. And I literally watched something earlier and seen Joe Frazier using this jab. I'm like, oh yeah, that nigga Joe Frazier really be using that. But that doesn't mean he want to go metal. He using it. Joshua got a good jab to the body. He got a decent one. He too stiff though. He need to quit doing workouts and really get on his boxing mobility. Like, and that's another thing too. A lot of these things that I've seen Purnell do, I look at the body mechanics of what they doing, like how they slipping it, how they moving and staying in that space. What are they really doing? And then when I start doing it myself, I'm like, how can I do this and still land hard punches? And then that's when I start understanding by teaching other people, no, you're not rolling right. Because when you roll, you got to roll and roll back into your position so you can be ready to score immediately. If you got to roll and do anything else after the roll, you didn't roll correctly because when you roll after any defensive move, you should be back at the angle ready to punch. And you only really should be scoring from this angle in a perfect world. So say I slip a jab, bang, boom, I come back with a right hand and be right here. Say I roll under. When I roll under and the dude and I'm stepping around him, I'll be staying low and his body right there, right here. I should just go bang, bang, come up with the jab. But a lot of guys be doing too many moves. Like that's one of these things when you gotta be watching the greatest defenders and then you take their moves and then you shave off the fat. Cause you got to be able to understand this, and you can't be prejudiced with yourself. No, if he would have slipped like how I'm standing, if he would have just slipped like this and just took a small drop of the hips, he could throw the right hand so hard, and then you just literally be working on that shit like slip bang, and you have somebody on the mitt throwing it to you, and you be like, and you really practice doing it like that so that this slip got to chamber the shot. Like, why would you slip without having a shot in a position to where it's ready to throw?
I be saying all the time. Every time you slip, you should be ready to get off.
Not just ready to get off. You should be in a fundamental position so that you could deliver the accurate shot. And when you miss it, you in a defensively responsible position because you threw the punch with technique. So if you missed the hook, elbow was up. Yeah, see how my elbow up on the hook? It automatically my elbow and my shoulder up. And I'm throwing with my hand right here. So that way I'm catching the hook. If I miss, I ain't turning my knee. I ain't overextending. I'm turning right hand. Whoop, I miss. I'm coming right back to position. It's these moves are very intricate, and you have to do them fundamentally right, according to how you will be lifting weights, how you be doing everything. You gotta master that. So when you go into a move and you throw the uppercut, it lands perfect because you squatted right. You said it, but anything you missed it, it was just on his cool. You see, he got out the way. Huh, you threw it. And that's the thing. A fundamentally shot thrown hard. I mean, thrown, you don't even have to have power to hurt somebody. Because they're not going to see it. You just deliver it. Bam. Just right up under there. Bam, bam. They just be hurt. Bang, bang. The shots hurting them because you flowing through the body. You punching correctly. A lot of these guys rush their shots. Boots be rushing their shots. This the pros. It's not about shots thrown. It's about shots landed. Remember, 4-point system, accurate punching. Instead of throwing a 6-piece, no, you land 3 to 4 jabs, and then you throw 1, 2, 3, and a hard shot to the body. That's professional boxing. Anything else is uncivilized. You keep the numbers up by landing the jab, and then off of landing the jab, you're going to be in position to land a 1, 2, 3. If you're not landing a jab to the face, to where when you feint the guy, he freeze or do something non-defensive, then what are you talking about? You didn't land no jabs to his face to where you hit him with a feint, then he like, oh snap. Then you could throw the break hand, the right hand or the depending on what hand you is. Boom, boom. And then you really sit on those shots. You frozen. You sit on them. You don't have to try to throw them hard. You sit and try to place them. Boom, boom. You try to place them clean as you can. That will break the man down. I had to learn that. Like learning how to break somebody down means letting the shots break them down, not throwing hard punches trying to break him down. That's not how it works. You got to land clean, accurate punching. Them is the rules of boxing. And when I start really saying, man, no, I'm gonna know if these niggas is boxing right, because boxing got rules, and I ain't gonna be prejudiced. I'm gonna really go back and say, damn, if the judges say he lost, I'm gonna really see if they was really judging it off those 4-point criteria. Then when I really start saying, looking at watching Floyd's fights, you know they do it in the slow mo. Oh, that didn't even land. It looked like it landed. He had his hands up, deflected it. Just the crowd just got hyped. Then I watched James Toney and I'm starting to see, dang, these shots really not landing like that. Like I don't like, damn, that's not accurate punching. That's when I start really realizing, oh snap, this ain't what you think. Like you really can break somebody down with how hard your jab is and how you execute it. Like really for real, like, and how you feint them, how you sneak the jab into the guts. It don't listen. It don't matter if you're a southpaw, right-handed. Don't matter, because when you start doing certain things in there, people be square from jump. They don't even be at the angle, so the jab can land. And even that, you take what they give you. The right hander be right here. No, at no time did I ever see Shakur or Boots jab somebody right here. Ain't even nothing right here protecting this. You can't even work this. And when you, if you at an angle, you could literally jab that. That'll bother a nigga. And then when you come around and hook the back here, the kidney in the back, they back will tighten up. I did it to my nigga Prentice, and he wasn't lying. He was like, damn, blood, you was hitting me in the body a certain way. I had to turn to that angle, stop giving you that because you was hitting my body right. And I was like, damn. And that's when I realized that's how he talk about boxing. Like he talk about it due to why he had to switch up something. And I'm like, oh shit. That means I was bothering that shit. Then I start thinking about that. Oh damn, well, with an 8 ounce on, if I really can get that off right there in that little flesh. So then I'm like, well, damn, niggas don't even be at no angle. They be kind of square.
They be squared up. Man, my jab. Oh man, I love it.
And I was like, I just be sticking the jab. That listen, I mastered that as an actor.
And I be seeing a guy do that, and I be like, no, bro, you gotta rock this way. Because if you don't, you square up. And I'm finna run it. If I what I see, I'm finna get paid.
No, but yeah, it's gonna take time because it takes time to learn the jab, and people don't understand that the jab will hurt you. You will run into it, it'll drop you. You know what I'm saying? So Boots is good, but I don't know when he's great, when he can fight going forward, moving his feet, and know how to execute a proper jab to the body. Listen, you don't want Floyd coming forward on you. I'm telling you, you don't. Floyd is notorious for jabbing to your guts, to where he turned it into a weapon, and that's when I start understanding, like, dang, that's a pretty sharp weapon because you're knocking two birds with one stone. You're using a jab and you're going to the body. And I heard a sparring partner here said, dang, man, his jab to the body is so vicious and draining. Like he really just keep going there. And then that's when I was like, damn, I gotta get on that. Like, what is it about it? This shit hurt. It don't hurt in that manner, but you don't want nobody to keep hitting you in the body. Listen, it don't even hurt like that, but you know the effects of a body shot. I was sparring a nigga Mookie, and he was doing it. He was left-handed, and I had him with the shell, and he just kept.
Yeah, I did.
You work with Mookie?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We all got work with Mookie. He worked with everybody. Yeah. He don't skip no work. And he kept jabbing me right here. And I'm like, damn, he was jabbing it hard though. And I'm like, but it wasn't bothering me. But it's like, in my mind, I'm like, why you keep doing that? It's not bothering me. And then I'm like, well, damn, I can't keep letting him do it because over time, it will get tender because he landing it solid. And then he fainted. I looked down, left hand, boom, head snap back. I felt so stupid because it was elementary. I'm like, oh, I'm tripping. I just automatically went to I'm tripping off his, man, that shit, I'm like, all right, I got to get it back. But I'm like, I got to get it back in a technical way. So I got it a long distance. But then I was still up off of him, but I was because he was a little bit shorter than me. So I worked my jab a little bit, and then I got out of range to where I'm like, all right, I'm out of range to where if I feint him with a certain type of feint, he gonna freeze because I'm gonna feint hard and fast. And I only save him for these moments. And he gonna dip down to that left hand side, and I'm just gonna land the shot. I'm not gonna try to smoke it in there. And I jabbed, and then I wait till I got to about not quite boring range. It was like in between medium and long range. And I fainted him real hard. And when I fainted him, he dropped down to that left hand side. And I was like, he right there. And I just put the left hand on his head like a hammer, like. I ain't trying because I know he's slick. And if I try to load up, the nigga gonna move and deflect it. So I'm like, I'm just gonna hit his head. And I just hit his head. And when we got done sparring, he was like, Blood, you had got me back. That was a good ass shot. I was like, Blood, I had to use a real move. And I don't really use moves like that unless I really need to get that back because that's a situation that will be a fight simulation. Because if a guy land a hard shot like that and knock your head back against the rope, that's an accurate eye-catching shot. The judges could think you're hurt. He's winning the round up to this point. So then you have to figure out, I need to get that back to neutralize the shot he landed. And that's when I faded him. Boom! Got you. And I know my brick hand is hard enough to where I'm heavier than Mookie for real naturally. He used to be trying to cut too much weight and getting stopped in his fights. His diet was horrible. Horrible. Horriblest. Horriblest. So those are little techniques you learn from sparring guys and putting it together. Yeah, I know that's a fact because he used to always be like, man, you got that good inside pocket work where you got to really be paying attention. Because me and Mookie used to just be in there because I used to like to do that with him because he would just be in there. And when he used to be at them heavier weights, he was punching harder. When he was at that 140, he went straight to the boxing shit. When he was at the heavyweight, he used to come at Amir Khan. Young. He used to be going Amir Khan's tail in the sparring because he was heavy. He wasn't in shape. Ricardo Pinell was in shape one time with Amir. It was Ricardo Williams, Junior, yes. You listen, it was phenomenal. It was
doing some shit.
I seen silver medal on silver medal at that time when he was really in shape, like he just came off a fight. And he came in a camp, dog. Me and Andre Berto was like, oh my goodness. Cause then I really seen it in person, like
he was doing some shit.
Slip. And how he was able to land punches on Amir Khan. Like the way he was landing them. It's like and he had a certain technique to landing these punches. He would be sliding Amir Khan with the left, and when he hit him clean, he wouldn't take the left off. He'll hold him in position and slide him across with the hook. And I was just watching it like, damn, he not just going, boom, boom. He like, slip, boom, boom. And he was just blazing him. And he was just knowing how to slipping in position and then go to how just like Purnell be kicking the jab like off that motion. And I used to be like, damn, he used to be like slip. And turning with the man, it's just regular kind of Ohio boxing shit. I can't even lie to you. And now I think about it.
It was kind of disgusting.
I know, but even if I wouldn't have been big, I would have fucked him up because I'm from there and I know niggas who box like that and they just can't take pressure, man. They just can't, blood. They can't. And I'm a different southpaw. Like, think about southpaws. Like, I come forward and go backward. But southpaws who come forward, them is the most notable southpaws in some of the histories. And not saying that southpaws don't go backwards because Michael Nolan's a southpaw, but like Kirkland, Spence, Hagler, like these guys, because all southpaws really be natural slicksters. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, that's when I start Real life, who? Chris Bird, yeah, and that's why I started saying, like, damn, I need to understand how to come forward from the southpaw position. Hmm? Yeah, he was real. He was just one of them Philly East Coast niggas, dude. Listen, but I'm just being honest. I've been in Philly. They do a lot of fake boxing, a lot of fake corn, like fake stuff on network. It's just fake. It's just fake. Air, air. You know that emoji when that dude be like this and smoke? I ran through there. Niggas couldn't wait to get me in there. And this how I know niggas really knew the real. Cause I had fake beef with Hank Lundy because he was just in his feelings. He didn't even know I was old as I was. And when the last time I was in Philly, I was sparring my man Bobby, and I sparred him. I sparred 7 7-minute rounds, and he waited to the next day to call me for sparring. He was like, "Man, I gotta spar with you before you leave." I'm like, "Oh, this nigga weak," and I was dumb, blew out. I was like, "Dumb." I was like, "I'm gonna just go get to work with him. It ain't gonna be nothing." He was like, "No, we just gonna do a round robin. Just get a, you had a fight." And I was just like, "Man, this nigga could have sparred me that. He knew what it was. I would have blazed him because I was using even the little sparring I got on in the little clips. Like I when we got done sparring, he was like, "You be throwing them hard body shots. They real stiff." I was like, "Blood, cause I'm not about to chase you and be trying to hit you in the head for real. I know what to do." And I was hitting him with the Dre stiff arm because he's squirmy and he little and he experienced. He really know. Like for example, I shoot the jab and then he really know how to throw the hand over the top and slap you. You don't even see it. I was like, damn, that's tricky. I'll be like, I'll try to jab him when I know I'm in range and he'll let me get in there. And I'll be like, and I won't even come on, and his arms are deceptively long. He'll be like, bam, and just throw it over. And I'll be like, bam. And I'm like, how the fuck? And then I'm like, hold on. I'll do it again. Bam. I'm like, oh shit. And then I start seeing how long as I'm like, oh, he is experienced. He know how to stand left-handed and throw that. And I'm like, all right. So then I start throwing the jab and freezing it like the hard stick to the chest, like bang, and freeze him and step in hard. Now I'm inside. Bang, bang. And he no, I'm on you. And then you gotta be quick off your jab. You gotta put your jab on your hip with them type of fighters. Cause I actually earlier in my boxing, I learned that earlier too. And that's the thing about boxing. You can't be prejudiced. I was sparring this guy named Desmond Banks, I think, Desmond Bell, something like that. I call my nigga Mike and get his name. He actually fought Oscar De La Hoya in the amateurs. And they said, and I seen it, and he actually beat Oscar, boxed his ears. Desi was stupid sharp. And he used to one of them old niggas, he come to the gym, still be sparring, he's slick, but he wasn't that old. I got in there with Cuz, and I'm known for the stick. I'm like, and this is when I first started. I'm sparring all pros with this nigga Champ, with my nigga Mike. And I didn't got sharp from sparring because we ain't doing nothing but sparring. He ain't teaching us nothing. But I'm still working. I'm like, young. I tried to get him. He was like, slip. I was like, wait, what? Ain't nobody that fast. And he was in range. And I'm like, man, I'm hitting with the stick again. I was like, young. He slipped it like, calm. I'm like, damn. And then listen, something in my head, because this nigga wasn't teaching us nothing. It said, hey man, you can't do the speed with a speedster. You got to trick him, flick the jab. And then on my own, I was like, I put my jab on my hip and was just like, and opened my hand up and was like, Caught him. He was surprised. He was, because these slicksters ain't used to getting hit. He was over with on his back. All that sharp shit didn't mean nothing. And his thoughts went out the window because now you a slickster, but now I'm touching you. And listen, touching a slick guy is like, it just bothers his mind. He not used to getting. Yeah, like.
They used to try to get in between his punches because he was slick. He was kind of slick.
Yeah.
Shit, as I said.
OT know how to get in and out of range. And he do got some slicksters. OT was God gifted. He really know how to play it. OT will be in there playing it yang and hit you. So and that's the thing. Everybody who box, you cannot give them time to box. That's why Pitbull Cruz is a detriment to any boxer, except a tall guy who gonna move. And you still can move. If you don't really know what you're doing, Pitbull will hurt you. He's not gonna stop punching when he get in position and he's strong and he keep his hands up. I know that. I'm not about to play with that. I'm on you. I watch all of this. I'm coming forward on you. I'm on you. I'm gonna learn it. Coming forward, shell. I'm figuring it out. I'm gonna start. And then people used to just tell me, man, you gotta go to the body more. Your body shots. Now I should be like, I heard Canelo say this, man. You really just gotta have faith that they punishing people, bro. And then I just start saying, man, I know that shit hurt. Now I'm just keep going there. I don't care. All right, let me keep going there. I'm gonna break you down. And then they start being effective. I start learning how to go to the body. Listen, you just don't go to the body. Like how people go to his body. Earl Spence don't be going to nobody. His body work trash. His body work trash because he don't be landing clean, accurate punches to the body. Like Canelo's body work is supreme. Him and Floyd, Roberto, Tommy Hearns, Gerald McClellan, who else? Joe Frazier. They really mastered the idea of landing an accurate, a clean body shot. Any all-time great, they're gonna tell you beat the body up the head going with it. So that right there is a rule of boxing. It ain't mine. Yeah, so it's just like all the greats. And it's the way that I start understanding it's a way they go to the body. It's an omniscience to it. That's because it's 10 in here with 10 likes. That's 20. That's the omniscience of God, thoughts, feelings, and actions. And that's the thing. I start saying, damn, you got to really be picking these shots to the body. And that's when I was thinking about not thinking, knowing that's why Tank Davis be breaking these guys down. They be getting tired. He be letting you jab and throw your timing. This is why I'm saying what I'm saying.
He kind of got that dreaded war thing where he kind of keep that pressure on you without punching.
That's what I was about to say. He knows how to press you, stay defensively sound, and get your timing. And this is why I keep saying what I'm saying. If these guys would feint and just primarily use the jab against Gervonta and wait to let their hands go down the line, they could have a better chance at beating him. You come out throwing 3 and 4s in a 12-round fight, you giving your timing up. And he gonna eventually start coming underneath, going to your body. You're gonna get tired, and then he gonna catch you slipping. And the nigga already answered his question. He said, never mind. He said, so how do you beat Tank? Never mind. That's my point. If Frank would have stayed on the jab to the body, I just talked about it this whole live about the reason why Boots don't be stopping guys who be moving.
But hey, let me say
I ain't Troy, I'm Hamza.
Let me say this. I don't care what kind of shape you're in a 12-round bout, You are gonna be tired.
I know. That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying.
How hard you train, who you was with.
No, get over. Come here.
That's
Come
who
over.
you was in.
It's right here. It's just a camera right here.
You touch a 12-round bout. You get in a 12-round bout. You gassed. And no matter what, you fighting through it. You just a hog for real. You really just going. You really just doing your work. Because you tired no matter what.
They don't. That's what I be trying to tell them that, and that's what I told them. Like, hold on, I did a 6-rounder and was tired. I can only imagine what, because I didn't even get my second win for real, because we work out too much. I would have got my second win about the 8th round, and then I would have been like, all right, he ain't even punching. I just gotta chill, and then I would have been, and that's when I start realizing. It's not, no, it's, you gotta chill. These guys don't know that. They be throwing everything out. They be burrowing punches.
I did a 10-piece with Johnson, with Deshaun.
Yeah. And he be in shape. And this is the thing. You gotta be really, really willing to jab to the body. That has to be your overall asset in the fight. And every time I watch Floyd fights, man, he be jabbing so much. Like, y'all don't think y'all realize how much he stay on his stick in his front hand. He throw his hooks and his jabs a lot. That's what I'm saying. They think they be watching Floyd, but they don't. So, hey, listen, we've been on here for an hour and a half. We done. There's more fights coming on. There's more fights this weekend. We got the 2 Philly boys, Boots. Now, Boots is good. It's just certain fundamental things that he should be really ready to do with his skill set and fundamentals. And that's really establishing his jab fully before he starts to execute other punches, whether open or not. That is how you really supposed to do that. I don't care what you say. I don't care what's open. Unless the plan is, you can stop him because he's been stopped with these shots early. You establish the jab to the point of no return. And the front hand, the hook, that whole hand needs to be established to where you landing them shots clean to the body and to the head in a 12-round fight before you throw in any other shot for who you is. I've seen Tommy and everybody do it. They land the hooks, jabs, and everything with the front hand. They landing it clean and flush at will before they land that other hand go. That's the rules. If you don't see them doing that in no fights, all this weekend, they don't understand the all-time great boxing style. You can't just be flicking the jab. You got to be sticking it up and down. You got to be hooking up and down. You got to be upping. You got to be feinting. That's all front hand. I ain't say nothing about the cross. The 2 or the 4 or the 6. No even hands. I'm talking about the 1, the 1, the 3, the 5, and the 7. That's all I'm talking about. I ain't talking about nothing else. You got to be landing those shots at will to where he damn near bust up off them jaws. Then by the time you land the right hand, blood, you ain't think, man, hey, blood, I'm in hotel. Let me read the law to y'all before I get off here. Because I'm going to, every time, boxing don't change. People thinking they know more than things that's been around here, and we already been in the golden age of boxing in the 80s. So, man, it's just, these is rules of boxing. They are immortalized in time, the fights we could really go to, and then you could take that fight, put it up against another fight, and be like, no, he landed this shot. Look, over and over, look how he doing this. All right, we're going to go to this fight. He landed that shot. He doing it this way. I've done that. Joe Frazier be check hooking forwards. So do Canelo. Canelo stay in range so he can hit you with the check hook a whole bunch of times. So he can break you down quicker than the jab. That's why Canelo be in that range. So he can primarily check hook you. Because a hook is going to break you down quicker than a jab if you know how to use it like a jab. It's still educated front hand. That's real talk. Law of Heru Huti. Know that God neither punishes nor rewards nor protects. So when y'all be listen, stop calling the supreme being's name. It's not coming. It's not answering. It's not calling you. It's already there with you. Clowns, come on, blood. You don't think the supreme being is there? It's supreme. Just come on, man. We gotta just start using our common sense. It's a supreme thing. It's there. Why are you calling God? Come. No, that's when I go to these African laws, it say, know that God neither punishes. The first thing they go with is punishing. So they mean God punishing me. Nuh-uh. Mm-mm. Know that God neither punishes nor rewards nor protects, that you will have the comfort of controlling these yourself. Hold on. Hold up. Let me reason with you. If adversity, which could not be avoided, is not the cause of our suffering that follows our failures to reclaim our original nature, peace, that's your original nature. It says, then we must make spiritual growth the highest priority. That's why I do this. That's my highest priority. To the point to where I listen, the point to where I've seen my eyes do what my plan was. And that's what I can't talk about on here. But it's about ownership. And I already own me, so that's all you need to know. It says, if we are one, the Lord, or I'll say, then I must refrain from doing you wrong, even self-defensively wishing you ill, to avoid doing me wrong. Because we all one being. We all come from one being. So the moment I do you wrong, listen, I've been know these rules, and this is why I'll really be careful. This is why I tell the truth so much, and people be mad at me. And listen, I seen something that a white man had up. So y'all can be mad at white folks. But I got a picture with a white man right here. His name is Emmanuel. Oh, Emmanuel, Emmanuel Kant. It says, if the truth shall kill them, let them die. Hey, listen, blood. That's on you. Be mad and all of that. When you go back to here, I'm not going to do you wrong by holding the truth back from you. I know that everybody should have the truth, and it's not my truth. This is the key to justice and protection from others. So I know I'm protected because I don't care if you're mad at me. I'm just going to tell you the truth. Sorry. Hold on. Before y'all leave, it say, this is the truisms of the reasoning. I realize that I have the power to force my person, which is my body, to ignore my emotions to ensure that my life will be a reflection of divine law. Hey, that's not up to me. I am not the person, but I am the Lord, Al-Sir, the number one, the Neo, the one, and can therefore transcend the pain of invoking divine retribution against my person when it transgresses the law of God. Meaning, you punish yourself by sacrificing and making sure you get on and changing your thoughts so you can overcome you wishing hate on others. I understand that God has ordained a place for all beings in their own time and will thus in its own time right all wrongs. I sow justice towards men and reap it from God. That means you reap what you sow. That's the reaper. Heruhuti is the reaper. So when you want to know who the Grim Reaper is, in Egypt and Kemet and Nubia, Nubian law, Heruhuti is the Grim Reaper. But if you reap what you sow and you know you sow good things, then you're not reaping no grim. You reaping a good harvest. So what's to be reaping? God left you with the comfort of handling that yourself. I'm in Hotep. We out on that note. One yourself.